The Boruto series has introduced us to a lot of interesting and powerful characters over the years. And as of the recent chapter in Boruto, Ishiki Otsutsuki's storyline is pretty much completed. He is confirmed to be dead even in spirit, so I think we have enough information to finally put together the top three characters, the top three strongest slash powerful characters in the Boruto Naruto verse. Now, to start this off, we need a criteria to judge them, right? So I'm going to choose four simple criteria to judge the characters. And these are going to be chakra level. How much chakra does this person have at their height of power? Number two is their dojutsu. How many broken skills or unique techniques that this character has at their strongest power level? The third one is their health and recovery at their strongest power level. And the last one is their physical stats, their muscle power, their speed, their taijutsu skills. All of this is calculated at their strongest possible self, at the way we've seen them. Now, number three on my list is fused Momoshiki. Now, regular Momoshiki doesn't even make it to the top three because he has a lot of issues that he needs to address first. Regular Momoshiki does not have any techniques of his own. He even brags that he doesn't train. He steals other people's techniques using his Rinnegan and he returns them back with double power. Now, that usually works out for him because whenever he's fighting people, they're usually very, very weak or they're just chakra monsters. But against ninja who use their brain, who use techniques, it doesn't work because they can use taijutsu, they can use sage jutsu that he cannot absorb. So when it comes to ninja, he doesn't that doesn't work anymore, especially because they stabbed his Rinnegan and in the end they did defeat him with a Rasengan. So Momo has some issues. When it comes to chakra level, he is really, really pathetic. He has to rely on chakra pills every time he wants to attack. When it comes to dojutsu, he has the Rinnegan which he pretty much abuses, but the moment his Rinnegan is gone, he's just there to die. He's a fodder. So, and his other techniques, he's lacking in techniques and attack skills because he himself told that he only absorbs techniques and he returns them back. And he doesn't have any techniques or he doesn't train himself. So dojutsu wise, he's pretty much lacking as well. The next one is, of course, health and how much recovery he has. We really haven't seen him recover at all. Even after fusing, he didn't have too much recovery. He didn't really have the best health. He wasn't immortal. In the end of the day, all it took was a giant Rasengan in one episode and he was pretty much done for. So fused Momo, I don't think he's that strong. When it comes to physical abilities, he was able to survive against Naruto and Sasuke at the same time. He was able to dodge them, he was able to, pressure them a little bit. So I'm going to say that his physical abilities is worthy of being up there. But in the end of the day, it was all stolen from Kinshiki, the weapons and all that stuff. So Fused Momo, I would say comfortably that he's okay being in number 3. Number 2. Number 2 on this list is, for me, Kaguya Otsutsuki. Now, Kaguya Otsutsuki was not very well done in the end of the Shippuden. I think we can all agree on that. For the most part, because she was just simply floating there. She didn't even attack properly. It was almost like a time-based or a turn-based game at that time. Once these guys attack and after their turn is over, she attacks. It was like a Pokemon turn-based game pretty much at that time, and she was for the most part giving them enough time to discuss and plan and recover. She was just floating there. She was not aggressive at all. The first half of the battle, she was only interested in stealing their chakra and she didn't want to kill them, and by the time she decided that she wants to kill them, it was already too late. So Kaguya fighting status, her brain, how she's thinking is kind of weird. Probably she was overconfident. That's probably why. But at the same time, she wasn't showing off too much like actual combat skills. So let's look at the 4 categories again. Chakra. When it comes to chakra, Kaguya is pretty much the top of the verse when she's full power. She ate the fruit, which is the best fruit from Earth, and she later even fused with the tree itself, so she pretty much has chakra plenty. The next is dojutsu. When it comes to dojutsu, she has a huge list of dojutsu. She has the Rinne Sharingan, which is the origin of the Sharingan and the Rinnegan. We know all the abilities of the Sharingan and the Rinnegan, and they are insanely OP. So just the Rinne Sharingan allows her to be extremely powerful. The next thing she has is a Byakugan, two Byakugan, and this Byakugan has been confirmed to be even superior than Hamura's Byakugan, so you can imagine how powerful she is. She has a one-hit kill move called Murderous Ash Bones Technique, which will kill anyone regardless of who you are or what you are when it strikes you. So that is an insta-kill move. Combine that technique with her, Sharingan and Byakugan, which is accurate. Her accuracy is on point when she shoots you. When you combine that with this, she pretty much kills anyone in the verse if she wanted to. The only way to survive that was how Naruto was surviving it, by using shadow clones and tricking her over and over again. Basically, the Naruto and Sasuke only survived her because they were playing with her using clones. That's all they could manage to do until they finally seal her using the seal. When it comes to health, she is said to be immortal. She does not die, she can only be sealed. This has been proven time and time again. She has not aged a day since she was seen thousands of years ago, and she's just sealed. Even right now, she's not dead, she's just sealed. So, health wise, she can just outlast anyone. When it comes to physical abilities, now this is where Kaguya severely lacks when it comes to physical abilities. Speed wise, she's really up there. She's able to keep up a good fight between Sasuke and Naruto. They could not land a hit on her that easily, they could not touch her that easily. So she was very, very fast and agile. And in her root dimension, when she absorbed more chakra, she became even more faster. So when it comes to that, she's really top, one of the top up there. But when it comes to hand combat, she's really lacking. But at the same time, when you think about it, she was not really interested in fighting them hand to hand because they have the seal on their hands, and all it takes to seal her is just to touch her at the same time. So it's understandable why she was avoiding them. And if you think about it, it took so much effort, it took so much coordination, the Kamui and all of that stuff to finally just touch her and seal her. So her physical abilities is clearly one of the top because all they had to do was touch her at the same time, and that was just too hard to accomplish. Another thing is Kaguya in general represents the female end of the Otsutsuki clan. We'll talk about this in the end of the video. Let's move on to number one. The number one is obviously the strongest person right now is Ishiki Otsutsuki, and this needs no explanation, right? His fighting skills was able to completely destroy Naruto and Sasuke at the same time. Had it not been Baryon mode chipping away at his life, he would pretty much dominate them, destroy them, kill them, and then he can go back to Earth and there would be absolutely no one to stop him. But when we look at the four categories, chakra wise, Ishiki is lacking because even though he's monstrously strong and he has his own chakra, he relied on the 10 tails to get chakra, and he wants to grow another chakra fruit to get stronger. Number two is his dojutsu. His dojutsu is very simple compared to Kaguya. All he does is Shikuna Hikuna, which shrinks objects, non-living objects, and he can expand it as much as he wants. He can shrink himself. He can also summon objects that he stores in another dimension. So pretty much his dojutsu is very simple, right? He has a Byakugan and that's pretty much all he does. When it comes to health, Ishiki is also not seen as an immortal. Clearly that was the problem till the end because he was struggling for his life, he was a parasite, he tried to use karma. He doesn't have a very good recovery either, so Ishiki in the end of the day is not as immortal as Kaguya. He wouldn't last that long. The last thing is of course physical abilities. Now this is where Ishiki skyrockets because he can dominate anyone that we know in the Narutoverse right now. He can destroy Naruto and Sasuke at their highest power at the same time. Like, he was dealing with two of them at the same time, and he still managed to pummel them down. And Ishiki's speed is extremely strong, his power is extremely strong. He's able to use his simple dojutsu very effectively in combat. He was able to, expand them and shrink them down, all that good stuff. But in the end of the day, Ishiki was defeated, and he has issues, he has his own problems. Now, in conclusion, right, Kaguya and Ishiki are always going to be the contenders for the number one spot, at least right now, because Ishiki represents the male, the stronger, the physical side of the spectrum. There's two sides here. Ishiki is the masculine, the more manly, physical, brute strength. He's all about the physical speed, the physical power, the taijutsu, the hand-to-hand combat. He represents that part of the spectrum, while Kaguya represents the other part of the spectrum, which is the feminine side, the monster, the chakra monster who's able to abuse her power with broken special abilities. Kaguya is a special monster. She's able to use special techniques that you cannot even think about, because Ame no Minaka, things like that, one-hit KO moves, she was able to read people's mind and erase memories. All that hacks abilities Kaguya has. But his abilities are very, very simple, but his fighting skills are through the roof. In the end of the day, Kaguya and Ishiki balance themselves out. Kaguya, after eating the chakra fruit and fusing with the tree, has elevated herself to be on equal terms with Ishiki. So I'm very interested to see how Boruto handles this series, because we have yet to see the anime, bring up the Kaguya situation and Ishiki's story. We're probably that's going to take like at least a month or a few years, I guess, to reach that situation. So when we reach that, I hope we'll see a couple of episodes where Ishiki and Kaguya interact, because Kaguya is said to be the inferior of the two, and yet she was able to almost kill him. And it's said to be like a surprise attack, but whatever the case, she was able to do it to him, and he has a Byakugan, so he should have been able to see it coming. And later, after eating the chakra fruit and fusing with the tree, she got even more stronger. She has all the chakra and dojutsu she wants. So now she's one end of the spectrum, the special side of the spectrum, and he is the physical side of the spectrum. So people can keep arguing back and forth. Kaguya can be number one at fun, and Ishiki can be number one sometimes. It goes back and forth. In the end of the day, they're both pretty much done for at this point. Kaguya has a chance of returning sometime later in the series, but Ishiki is pretty much done for. So we'll have to wait and see what other Otsutsuki are remaining for us. So we'll see when we get there. Anyway, thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have anything to comment, just comment below. I will get to it when I can. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in another one. Bye.